like Chunks was saying, he was working at like a cinema or something. And he was like, "Fuck it, I'm leaving because I don't want to be like." I'm starting to get recognition now. There's no point being there, whatever. So he was just talking about that, and it's quite cool though, because you see Philly got called up to do soccer aid, and they didn't ask Chunks.
Okay, he brought him up.
And he was like, I'm not coming, boy. I don't mind if I only play half the time I was meant to play if Chunks can come with me. So them man are really like supportive of each other. Just to make sure they both win. But
to be fair, I think that's what you should do as a friend, like, innit? Like, if you're actually supporting a friend.
I was thinking about this the other day though, like, it's quite difficult because you see when you're offered something, it's hard to turn. Obviously, you can't turn it down. It takes a strong person to be like, I'm not gonna come here unless you. Do you know what I mean? Come if he comes with me, because obviously, say if you got offered something, I wouldn't be like, don't do that if they don't offer me. Do you know what I mean? Because that's something for you. So I wouldn't necessarily be, but big him up for
doing it,
supporting it, because
I still like, but I think he's probably looked at it like, I've got the opportunity. If they say no, then I'll do it. But if
anything though, Chunks is bigger than Philly, in my opinion.
Do you think?
Like, because
didn't he live in like that big mansion with like?
It's the Beta House or something. But like, I feel like Chunks has more subscribers, more followers. And he's now on Sky Sports as well, so I feel like I'm surprised Soccer.
That's mad.
Because Soccer,
wasn't it after Soccer he got onto Sky Sports?
But I feel like that must have been in the works anyway in the lead up. So I'm surprised they didn't invite him in, because they're like a duo.
That's what. To be fair, first I knew Philly first. I knew them separately first, and then
I just knew Philly for being like on Snapchat or something. I just used to, like, they used to come up on like
I was
the thing.
I think I saw him on YouTube, like it was like Comedy on the Wall or something like that.
Wall of Comedy.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the On Record podcast episode. I forget this every single week.
It's gonna be 6.
It's 6 or 7, but welcome to that. Today, myself and Luke, we're gonna have probably Mike's joining us at some point during this. He's getting his hair done right now, so you're gonna see that on the camera in a little bit of time. I'm baiting him out because obviously they wanna see us. They're gonna see it anyway in the beach. So but that's that. Before we start talking about what we were gonna talk about today, I forgot to tell you when we were talking about topics for this week. Obviously, it happened quite recently. You see, the police officer got shot. That's madness. How? Oh, you sent it to me anyway. But how the hell do you like search someone for that? Apparently, I heard the police officer that got shot. He was meant to retire in like a few days.
Was he?
So it was one of his last shifts, and he. But I don't know who. Like, I feel like I haven't read who the person that shot the police officer did.
I think
he's clearly not. If he was black, he would be on.
I thought that, and then I thought, they haven't said it, it's probably white. Then I think someone told me he was like Asian. I think they said
I heard he was
Muslim.
I heard he was Muslim. But
either way, I was surprised that they didn't. Like, that's normally the first thing they use. Like,
if it was a black man that did it, they would have plastered that over every media outlet and been like, "This is what Black Lives Matter." Do you know what I mean? They would have used that.
Someone would have used it against
the whole thing with that.
But then, to be fair, I'm still surprised with like. Because they normally do that with Muslims, they normally straight away say it's a terrorist attack, do you know what I mean? Like,
what I don't get is, so apparently he was in the back of a police van.
I haven't really heard much about it.
I think that's what I've been told anyway, and
and
then when they opened the door, or something, like when he was being led or something, he then shot. But I'm just thinking, how have you not searched someone for?
That was my initial thought, because I thought, surely normally when you arrest people, I thought that's what they first, like straight away did, they search you before they put you in there, for like those sort of reasons. For themselves, but.
And secondly, would he not have been in cuffs?
Like, to be fair, when I saw the news, that's what they were saying, like, why did they said kind of like, not like handing him, but like, why wasn't he searched? Why would you not put him in cuffs? They were like, is it maybe like due to Corona that you haven't searched? Like, you don't
it's just negligence, to be honest. Obviously, like, I feel in a way for the police officer. I'm not gonna be like, if the police did it, because like someone has.
I'm not gonna blame anyone, because literally.
But like, it's one of them things. It is negligence, and I just can't believe they've.
It might not even be negligence on like a police officer's part. It might be like people at the top that said like, due to Corona, we don't want to search them at this point. Do you know what I mean? But something went wrong, is what I think.
I don't know how you miss a gun, like, because it's not like a little, like a packet of like drugs or something that you could hide somewhere. Like, it's gonna probably like my wallet. It sticks out. You can see it.
That's what
automatically, unless you wear it. I don't know.
I was like, if it was a knife, I'd be like, okay, kind of, you hide that
Yeah, because it's straight-ish, but the gun's gonna be, I don't know, unless it's I'm not a gun expert, I don't know what size this was or but I can't believe that's happened, to be honest. That's crazy. Which kind of...
Yeah, I didn't think it was really like breaking news though either, like, because I was on Twitter like moments before it happened, and I went down to them and Dad was like, oh, have you heard?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? I think because of the way it happened, they're not reporting so, because say if it was, they were in pursuit of him, and he turned around and started shooting at them, that's a different story, but because they had him detained, and still, it's like a fault on the police's part, so they can't really twist it into like, oh, why would, like, oh, this terrorist or because it is it's literally their fault in a way, if you get what I mean.
I just remember hearing something about a COVID test they were trying to take him for, something like that, or like they will get, I don't really know.
But in this situation, it is their fault in a way, like, it's not, you can't really twist the story and be like, oh, these guys were in it, like, they were obviously in it. I'm not saying he should have been shot, but it was a case of they can't, they weren't in pursuit.
It wasn't like, I don't
yeah.
really know. So but then by the sounds like he didn't go out just to kill a police officer, but then he just shot himself after.
Did he kill himself or is he?
Actually, I think they took him to hospital for like tests.
Mad. Now that kind of leads on to
most of the topics this
Breonna Taylor now. He got charged in it for shooting and damaging the walls or something, but he didn't actually get charged for killing her, which is mad.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing more videos. The thing is, I think a lot of people think Black Lives Matter movement has stopped, even though it was never just this year. It was obviously something that's been going on for years now, but obviously it's built up like in the last couple months. But I'm seeing videos still of people being assaulted by the police. I saw a white kid got shot dead by a police officer not that long ago.
I literally saw a video the other day, which was like a police officer. The guy was literally just put his middle fingers up to the police, and then he like stopped and turned around, and one just walked up to him, like pushed him like with force.
I saw that. That's the thing I don't like. Obviously, with her situation, I don't think it's ever gonna get. They're just gonna cover it up and continue to do that. And
the whole system, like that's why they say like defund it, just like abolish it. It needs to start again if you're gonna do it.
I was gonna ask you about that because I was saying like, how can you reform the police at this point, and with the presidential election coming up so soon, obviously Donald Trump, like if he stays in charge, nothing is going to change on that front. But Joe Biden, how would you think you can I guess change the police and the way it's operating right now? So I'm seeing they're getting these new like shields and stuff like to start. I don't know.
See, the thing is, I don't really understand like American systems because they each have like each state has different laws and stuff. So I don't really understand how that works. To be honest, I don't know how you would go about. I get how you go about defunding the police, but I don't know how you would like abolish all the racism. Like you'd probably literally just have to sack everyone and make them, or not even sack everyone, like make them do tests and stuff. Like you know, they can do those tests that like see if you got bias against people. Like, it even proves like most people, like black people, have a bias against them.
Of course.
Stuff like that. So, but maybe I think it's probably down to training, like scrutinising who you actually put into the police force. You can't just.
You see with the Chris Rock quote in it, it's like you can't really have bad apples in the police force. It's not, you're literally trying to protect or save people's lives, so you can't have people that are going to be biased or something. But it's one of those things that I'm not going to, I heard someone talk the other day that is involved with the police, and the way they were talking about something not related to race but something else, I was thinking to myself like, if that's how you're talking about these people, how are you going to treat them? If you know what I mean? You're a police officer yourself and you're talking about these people in your spare time like that. How are you, when it comes to arresting them or making a judgment on, does that guy look suspicious, or how are you going to treat them when it comes to you having actual power?
That's the thing, that's what's mad, because like even in the interview they can probably present themselves really well. Like I'm not going to say, I'd hope that no one hired someone knowing they were racist or like had bias or something like that. But it's how they interact. It's probably like when they're in their family and their comfort zone, how they deal, like how they talk to people and how they deal with it. But I know people in the police and like.
But it scares me in a way because I'm thinking to myself, I'm hearing you speak about these people like this, thinking you think that you're not being heard by people right now. You're comfortable right now. So in the back of your mind, if you're comfortable speaking like that, when you feel comfortable to, I guess, express your true views on a group of people, how is that gonna affect your judgment when you're doing your job? And that's in this country. So imagine what it's like in the America, US where they're, I would say they're even, obviously we know for a fact that the separation in races is even worse in that country.
But then is it worse or is it just more like in your face. Because I've always said this. I feel like America's more in your face. Like you walk on the street, they might say something that's racist to you.
I would say it's worse in our country just purely because you know what we talked about the other week about education. Like I feel like in this country, but then again, like I don't know, like people are oblivious here, but I feel
I wouldn't say it's any worse. Like how we think racism is bad here, like when we're experiencing it, they probably feel the same. Like I think the only difference between America is like the police get away with shooting someone, where in the UK, like most police officers aren't armed. Do you know what I mean?
I definitely think if
that's the main difference.
Guns allowed in this country, then it would be similar, but I don't think it would be as bad. I think we're a little bit.
You've got to do it against like the population.
True. But the thing is with America, it's out of control. Like it's complete.
Yeah.
This like Donald Trump. That's why I'm talking to you as well about the election coming up. It's out like the whole country right now with coronavirus.
Yeah.
With the racism and the police brutality with Donald Trump, like the things he's doing, it's out of control. And apparently he's saying, I don't know if he's joking about it, but he's saying if I don't get re-elected, I'm not going to leave the office.
You don't really have a choice.
I don't know. He might.
The thing is, you don't really have a choice.
I don't know.
You can't be standing in the president's office flogging it up.
I don't know if he's just going to refuse. No, because you have to hand over something, don't you?
Yeah, he's probably like the most powerful. He's like the most powerful man in the most powerful man in the world. If you think he's going to let you sit in there, just not drag you out. Like.
He won't.
And Americans don't play that. They're not like the most dignified people. They'll probably just drag him out in front of everybody. I'd love
to see that, but I don't think. I feel like he could potentially put something in place. You see, Hitler did that. He changed the law basically when he got in power. I studied at A level or something it's like in like the old way that you could do it in Germany was like you had hierarchies or like different sections of the government.
Yeah.
And the way that their government was run, or I can't remember what the names for it are. It allowed the person at the top to basically decide to change the law so that he could not be voted out with. It became a dictatorship. I'm not saying that's going to happen in 2020, but obviously with what's happening in China, who knows, do you know what I mean? Like, with what's happened so far this year. But if Joe Biden gets in, that's why I'm talking to you again, obviously, about the whole election. I'd hope that he would put something, because he's got I think she's African American.
Oh, Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I'd hope that they would. I know that's just like.
But I also heard a lot of people thought she was bad. Like apparently she put a lot of like black people away for like drug.
Oh really?
Yeah. So the thing is,
you can tell with like the US cases. Okay, cool.
The thing is, I don't know. Like, it's nice he's done that, but he also got his chance from when the black man gave him that same role. Do you know what I mean? So he's probably just thinking like, that will make me loved against black people.
Yeah, of course.
I've now got a female, which that gets even if it's like white female, you're not happy that it's a black woman. Like they're like, oh, she's a female, so that's one person that happy, and then you've also appeased the black people because you've got a black female.
That is true. It's true.
And I also think he had a lot of time. He had 8 years under Obama to do it. He didn't. Like Obama didn't. No, I'll just say no one reformed the American police system. Like even Obama. So I'm not gonna then like expect Biden to do it because.
I think he'd probably at least tone it down from where it is right now. Because right now Donald Trump is essentially kind of letting these people do what they want.
Do you think it's got worse with Donald Trump? Or are people just highlighting it because...
I think it's being shown more, I think it was always that bad, but it's being shown more now.
Because even some of the names that were getting listed off, like what we've had a few this year, but you've got like your Trayvon Martin and stuff, who weren't, I think they were under Obama? But those people that were quite big under Obama, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying Obama was bad, I don't know anything really about American politics. I know a lot of black people don't actually like Obama anymore.
I've heard like he did a lot of things in the Middle East that were...
Like underhand. Yeah, I've heard like, even in America, like apparently... Thing is, like, I don't think you're never gonna love a person 100%, do you know what I mean? Like, people make good decisions for you, some people make like bad decisions, like, there might be something like Boris Johnson, like, I don't like him, but he might make a decision that that's actually works for me, but it might not work for you, do you know what I mean?
It's all about basically with politics, what works for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who you vote for. But going back to obviously Breonna Taylor, I'm at a loss to be honest. Like she was in her own home sleeping. The thing is, apparently, what was it? They stormed into her house looking for her ex-boyfriend.
No, I heard it was they went to the wrong house entirely.
Oh, they went to the wrong house.
They just weren't even meant to be at that house. That's what I heard.
And they shot her in her bed like this.
But then I hear people saying like, oh, it's like her boyfriend's fault because he started shooting. But I was like, in America, they're told like you can defend your house. So if someone's just stormed into your house, like you've just woken up, like. Yeah, they might shout they're the police, but like if you're not hearing that when you just woke up, your day, it's the first thing you're gonna reach for.
Well, apparently they made that up.
What?
Because he was like, they were trying to coerce him into changing his statement.
I think
he refused to do that. So he was refusing basically to cooperate with what they wanted him to say.
Yeah, I don't really know. That's just what I see. Like, you know, when someone's under like the comments like, oh, under the racist people's comments like, oh, but it's his husband's fault, like her boyfriend's fault.
Yeah.
The thing is, even if that was the case, he didn't kill one of the police officers, so I don't quite.
Yeah, do you know what it is with like?
They were just like, oh, she was caught in the crossfire.
You see what you said me with Lewis Hamilton this morning as well.
Yeah.
With racists and people like that just want to deny everything. Any time there's some kind of racist incident or like someone's killed, there's always a justification for why it happened. It's never for the reason of racism. It's always like, oh, but her boyfriend had a gun, or she shouldn't have, or George Floyd was a criminal before, but that doesn't mean you can kill the guy arresting them.
Yeah.
That's like saying, oh, if any criminal is around, that means you can justifiably kill them. That's not how justice works.
Say for instance, someone rushed in right now and they were coming for me, you lot just happened to get shot.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, that's the
someone literally put under there was like, oh, she was just a casualty, like, she was caught in the crossfire. I was like, that's a pretty big thing. You can't, say for instance, I went to shoot someone around the president and hit him.
Yeah.
It's not going to be, oh, he was just caught in the crossfire, because...
Yeah, you've assassinated...
That's like literally saying any criminal that, like, goes to shoot someone and accidentally kills someone that they're meant to...
That's what you can't. You have to be held accountable for these things. You can't. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I hate justifications. Like sometimes it purely is. And the reason they went into that house the way they did was because she was black.
Yeah.
Or like because
they thought the person they were going for was black. Yeah.
If it was white, like, you always see like during these protests as well. You see like the police will be talking to like white supremacists that are there with their guns. We're just here to like support you guys. They're always like, oh yeah, thank you very much guys, so stay away from this area, you'll be alright. Then when it comes to black people that maybe even just walking past, they're now arresting them, or you see in that those people in their car just driving home weren't even part of the protest. I think it was like a black guy and his girlfriend, and they just took the car and started like assaulting him. I don't understand why.
And I saw there was one there, they were reporting a robbery.
Yeah.
And it was like a white store, and even the white owners were like, they started arresting a random black person. They were like, it's not him, we just told you, they're there, they're standing right there. And I was like, oh, we should arrest the people around here just because they're causing problems. But this person was there, it was like, they're right there, we've got them detained for you. Yeah. You just need to take them and arrest them.
Let me, like, you know what, I think they're just not qualified. I hear a lot of police officers in the US, like failed athletes, like American football, like they're just angry people that just basically want to go and like I want to actually Google the qualifications you need to be a police officer. That's
even in this country,
pretty limited.
Even in this country, I don't think it's that much.
I think they're asking for degrees a lot more these days.
Yeah, but
still,
I don't understand
it doesn't really change your opinion of that.
I think their logic for the degrees because like you're meant to be like more educated. Like they say like the more educated you are, less racist you're meant to be. Or like
that can be true. That can be true to be fair. It can, but it doesn't
make a difference. Like if you're racist before, it doesn't mean you're.
That's true.
If you're racist before you go to uni, you're just not going to interact with people you hate. Do you know what I mean? Like if I didn't like white people before uni, I just wouldn't interact with them at uni.
True.
Probably wouldn't drastically change.
But I do. It can have an effect on someone. Like if they are better educated, they might think a little bit more deeply about things. Whereas like more time, they're gonna. If you're uneducated and you're from a certain place where there's not diversity, you're gonna be biased automatically when you see something. Like even here, like when I'm walking down the street, so you see like the gap in Peckham Place. Like you start walking in this area and people start being like. Like this when you're like the white people, they start looking like side eyeing you a little bit when you're walking past them. So even the people that are maybe they wouldn't class themselves as racist, they're still holding these kind of stereotypes just naturally because of what they've been taught, I guess. So it's actually.
I suppose to some extent everyone has an unconscious bias. Like I don't actually know what bias I have because even on that, you remember that TV program saying it was like the school that tried to end racism. There was kids on there that were like, oh, we don't think we've got any bias. Like even one was like, I hate why the brown people was like bad, and then like they found out their biases. They're like, oh, we're shocked. There was only like I think 2 kids that had like a neutral bias. Oh really? And that was between like the blacks and whites.
Everyone does. It's true. So that's why you got to be extra careful. Like actually train people properly if they're going to become police officers. Have a comprehensive scheme that actually teaches people how not to be biased or approach things in a way that isn't.
Do that test. Find out their biases. Let them know. And then train them on how they could like come around.
Exactly.
There should just be that sort of. I think there should be that training like every year.
Yeah,
or like every 6 months, no matter what.
Yeah, like a refresher thing.
Yeah,
100%.
Like, are you biased? Are you doing it in the right way? Because you're not like surely you keep training people how to like make proper arrests. Like
of course.
Like things update, you change it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You can't. You can't have bad apples, as Chris Rock said, in something that's so vital to society. It doesn't work.
I think he said something like, "Oh, you can't like an airline can't just say, oh, we got well, most of our pilots good, but a few of them crash and kill each other." Like, which is true. Like you can't. There's no like I don't know what we call it, but like career or industry that you can argue that there's some bad,
but the rest of it's alright. But the police force for some reason, but it's obviously you're heavily scrutinised, but that's for a reason. Your job is important.
But my thing, I do always see people say like you don't hear people having to go to other emergency services, which I'm like, it's fair because I don't really hear people saying like, if that was a nurse that was going around killing people, you wouldn't be like, oh, she's just bad.
That's a whole other conversation though, because there's bias in. You see how many black women die from childbirth?
Yeah.
Or like just general things because they're overlooked because they're meant to be strong, like the bias of white doctors.
True.
So it does happen, and that's probably something that's overlooked. But police obviously it's because of the brutality and the way they deal with situations.
I think it's only different in the sense that like overlooking someone and that leads to their death. Yeah. It's not a good reason, but like you can say they haven't like automatically done something to. Like in America, if someone's shooting you, they've shot you, they know that's high likely chance they're gonna kill you. However, if I went to hospital and they were just like, oh, you can bear that pain, it's just like making it up.
Yeah.
Like, it's negligent, but I think it's a different form. But like again, they do get backlash for that anyway, so I think it's just not as prevalent because these are more well known.
That kind of leads on with the black women thing. I feel like, you see we're going to talk about Tory Lanez and Meg.
Yeah.
You see like, I feel like if that was, we talked about this before, if it was Kylie Jenner that got shot that day, it would have been a completely different story straight away.
100%.
But, with Tory, I guess we might as well talk about that now, but you see, I feel it's disrespect. You saw what I was saying on the timeline, and obviously I was saying to you, like, cancel culture, we'll go on to that in a minute, but let's start with what Tory did, like, he ignored it all for about a month, and then he's come and being like, okay, I'm going to release an album to address. And then in every song, I feel like I haven't listened to it because I'm like, you know what, like, I thought it's a bit disrespectful to the situation.
I don't even care, like, people are like, oh yeah, but he's spitting. And I've heard people just like, I'm here for good music, like, you're not here for good music. Because you remember there was a tweet and someone was like, oh, if anything I've learned from this is just mind your own business. Like, however, you've gone to listen to the tracks to mind their business, so how can you now tell me to mind my business? Do you know what I mean? Like, you knew what the tracks were about, like, and I looked at the person's Twitter, it was literally like all about them. It's like, now you want to mind my business, because now we're like, fuck Tory Lanez.
What I don't understand how you can go and shoot someone and go after that subsequently release an album to like profit. You know what? Not respect to him, but like it would have been more dignified if he'd done a video or something, being like, not a music video, just a video addressing it, being like, okay, this is what happened. This is my side of the story. I'm not saying I believe him, but it would have been the better way to go about it. But to release an album, clearly, you know everyone's gonna go and listen to that now because
they want the drama.
They want the drama. So he's a weasel, to be honest. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. But in terms of I don't understand where you go from here, to be honest, because there's gonna be people. As I said it to someone else, and I said it to you. Like, it's not gonna last. Like, in a year's time, he will be probably at Wireless or I don't know, Rolling Loud, and people just forget. They'll be like, oh, Tory Lanez, I want to go see him. Yeah, of course, because it doesn't.
I don't know. I feel like
the
thing is, what he's done though is like people were like, oh, look at Chris Brown. However, I would say Chris Brown's career did suffer quite a bit. Like, this kid was going in and out of rehab. Like, he's just known as a problem child of music. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not like people are like, oh, but if you're going to go listen to him, then don't tell me shit about Tory Lanez. But I think also again, it's two different things. Like, also like looking back, it's basically like two wrongs don't make a right. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I've realised that maybe I shouldn't listen to Chris Brown. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think we need to, like, if we're gonna cancel someone, we actually need to. You know what it is? Stop for a start. Stop talking about these people, because it's the same thing with, like, you know, the likes of Katie Hopkins. If you if you tweet about her, you're making her money. So like, if you're gonna talk about Tory Lanez, stream his music, you see, is it Highest Leviathan? You know, then they are tweeting or they put on Instagram basically saying, we're not going to cover Tory Lanez's music anymore. And that's the best way to do it. If these outlets don't cover his, that's how you stop people making money.
It's not 100% down to us. Like, we can stream on Spotify, but I did see somewhere like you need like can't remember, it was a ridiculous amount. Like say for instance, like 10,000 streams for its account to like what one like down like one album is.
Nice.
So it's not like 100 down to us. Like say for instance, the radio stations don't need to even play. Just like how they did R. Kelly. Like R. Kelly's still making money, but me listening to it's not gonna make him as much money as if you put him on the radio.
Yeah.
It's almost like, oh, that's a good song, but you listen to it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
someone said, you see with Tidal, Jay-Z owns that he could remove Tory Lanez's music. I don't know if it's on there. I don't have Tidal.
I would imagine Jay-Z's pretty like nah.
But if
Stallion is his artist.
If it was on there, it should be up. But like, see with Spotify, they could do the same. Yeah. See the way they did. They could remove that and be like, okay, this guy.
Most people don't buy albums nowadays, so if you just remove it off Spotify,
you're finished.
YouTube,
you're finished. Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to the shop to buy it.
Yeah, you're finished.
I need to hear it before I buy it. Do you know what I mean?
Career's over, but obviously people overlook that and just basically.
But the thing is, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he was that big in the first place. Like every time I saw him, like I said this to you a while back. I think I've said it on here. He's always like I remember there was one time in London, he was like trying to fight some random person.
Yeah.
And then all I know is him basically feature something. Like he just features on people's music.
Yeah,
but I've heard like what.
Let's be real though, he's successful. Like he is in music for what he does. He's doing well. He's making a living.
He's successful-ish. I wouldn't say.
Yeah, he's making
comfortable living off it. Yeah.
Very comfortable. But
he's not like I'd say some of his peers, defo.
100%. Yeah. No, I know what you're saying.
If it was Drake, I'd be like, if you were comparing him, like, I didn't know he was in this bracket.
No, he's never gonna be like a Drake. Obviously, he's not that kind of superstar, but he's still making money for himself, and I'm sure if you looked up his streams, he's probably gonna go like high in it because.
But that's the thing with cancel culture, like that's his career. Like, see, I'm not gonna listen to him, and I'm not gonna have a go at you for listening to him. Just like if I listen to Chris Brown, don't have a go at me for it because. Or like if I listen to it's just basically like that's his career, that's how he's gonna make money. That's like saying if he was in any other career, you wouldn't expect his employer to like sack him for that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's only because he's like in the entertainment industry you expect him to get cancelled through it. It's only cancel culture only works in like the entertainment industries.
It's true. No, it's true. But at the same time I would say with certain things that people cancel each other for, like you should be allowed to learn from it, but shooting a woman as well, that's not, you can't really justify why
you need to be a woman. Like, why were you shooting anyone? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes that. I hear that.
Like, I get if you're shooting in self-defense, but like, there wasn't self-defense there.
Yeah.
Too, like, if I was in the kind of,
she was walking away as well. Like, it's just
that's what
a bitch move. Like, to do that.
The thing is, I believe Meg more. Like, I don't understand people saying like, oh yeah, I believe Meg.
The fact that
like, you're not going to cancel him because he makes good music.
The fact that he decided to stay silent for this long, he's guilty. Like, of course he's guilty. He's done it.
Because my thing is, if someone had accused me publicly, like, because at first she hadn't said anything, she was quiet for a while.
Yeah.
And then, like, apparently his team behind the scenes was like just acting mad, like trying to make it seem like she was lying. So that's why she came forward and said. That's what I heard her say on the thing. If everyone was accusing me of doing it, I should come out in public and be like, no, it's not me.
Yeah.
And then I was like even if I was like, I was like, that's not me. Like, I would come out straight away. And,
straight away, of course.
Because you have evidence, like, you'd be like, my gun discharged, like,
exactly.
bullets on me, like, I've got no residue on me. I would get
the
money he's got, you get like forensic tests. I would go all out.
Yeah, all out just to prove my innocence, because that could be a career ender. But he's decided now
to sit on it, go to the studio and make music, and then sell it back to you. And he even said like, Meg's like, this is the only line I heard of something like, Meg's been lying on me, made me lose like 10 million. However, I've still got like 10 million fans that will like listen to me. Which I was like, that's mad, like you're that confident, like he knows already he's not cancelled, he's like, I'm still gonna have someone listen to me. Like, I'm still gonna get paid. Like,
no one is gonna cancel this guy because if we're being real.
Like cancel culture is not actually a thing, like.
It only exists on Twitter, it's not real. Yeah. Like next year I told you, people will be at festivals watching this guy cheering for him, like because they won't care about what's happened the previous year. Even if like, say, I think he was even meant to be at Afro Nation, and then Meg the Stallion has been announced at Afro Nation. I don't know if they're both going to be there, if they're going to be allowed to be in the same vicinity now, but the same people that are going to go and watch her will also be going to watch him, claiming they're fans of both. So
because cancel culture is not actually really a thing. Like, you can't tell me I have to hate someone because of something they've done. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but
someone can tell me I have to cancel Lewis Hamilton for wearing that Breonna Taylor thing. Like, if I'm, like, do you know what I mean? You just can't cancel someone just like that. Like,
I think certain things should be like cancelled as a collective, though. Like, I feel, as you said, with like hurt them where their money comes, because that's So,
but then like I don't know. I think it's a bit unfair to say hurt them to the extreme that they can't survive. Like, because if you're cancelling Tory Lanez like fully, you don't expect to see him working anywhere.
But why should you be allowed to shoot someone?
Yeah, but I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to cancel someone, cancelling would suggest that you don't want to see them anywhere ever again. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you want them eradicated, but that's what I'm saying. You're now expecting him to just be make no money. Someone's going to hire him at some point.
Or something like
yeah,
that.
but even then, that's not cancelled. He's still making money.
True.
You want to be able to live the life he's living. But
what I would say is, because he has shot someone in I don't know why he shot them, but you should obviously serve a sentence or do some kind
100%.
of.
That's why I said it was different to Chris Brown.
Come in.
Yeah, there is.
It's a new hair, new mics.
I thought it was different to Chris Brown.
If you're watching on YouTube, you're seeing my man has just entered the building, Mike's. If you're listening, that's the voice of Mike's coming into the studio now.
The one and only.
Yeah, talking on Tory Lanez Meg. Obviously,
Okay.
my man, he's released an album recently, yesterday. Was it yesterday? The day before? Friday. I think it was. He released an album. Basically, you know the situation, yeah.
I know what happened.
He shot her. He stayed silent for
2
months, 6 weeks, something like that. And instead of coming out and being like, I haven't done this, it's not me.
Yeah.
He releases an album being like, okay.
With the album speaking about everything.
Yeah, he literally released it to as
it's like a mixtape or something, speaking on the situation that just happened.
Trying to monetize it.
Yeah. And that's what we're saying. I feel if you're gonna, he needs to be brought to some kind of, he needs to be paid for what he's done basically.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, serve some kind of, I don't know.
But if he was going to do that, he should have said, "I'll release this," because people are like, "Oh, that's just the way he speaks." It's the same as if he filmed himself, but you wouldn't make money if you filmed yourself. So essentially, you'd be like, "Oh, well, I'll donate all that money to charity."
Yeah.
But he's not going to do that. That's why I was it's different from Chris Brown. Your R. Kelly's. Chris Brown, after he beat Breonna, never made a whole album to justify or deny it. Do you know what I mean? He just said, "I did it."
Yeah.
R. Kelly, to my knowledge, never said make an album.
I don't think he's ever actually admitted to it.
Who?
R. Kelly.
Yeah, but I heard he's served time in prison or whatever.
Yeah, I think he's in prison.
Yeah.
I know he's in prison.
If you watch the interview, he was like, "I didn't do it. Are you stupid?
Yeah.
Use your common sense. I didn't." Nah, he's a dickhead.
Yeah, he's mad.
There's so many women that have said he's done this as well. It's so obvious.
But I've never heard him. I suppose you could say him filming it. He makes money off that. I don't know. But to make money off something that you shouldn't.
You see with the Meg situation. Yeah. You see the guy. Was it her driver?
No, I heard it was Tory was driving and there was a security guard next to him, but then her friend and her in the back. There was only 4 people.
His security guard.
Yeah.
So he probably lied for Tory and be like, "No, it didn't happen." A gun went off because the police were called.
You got to think,
something went off because the police were called to an area. I think it was a suburban area, like a nice area. So obviously someone shot someone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The thing is, you wouldn't be having this discussion if she dies. Do you know what I mean?
If she dies, I just asked, did he explain what happened?
I haven't listened. I don't want to listen to an album about him.
I heard one line where someone played it and say basically just makes a lie.
Yeah. We don't. I don't know the full situation, but I'm gonna believe her because why would you lie about him shooting?
The second people it's Tory. The second it happened, people it's Tory Lanez. Do you know what I mean?
He seems like the kind of person that's gonna do it to you.
Tory just got arrested for a gunshot.
He seems like the kind of person. How come?
He's just off it. He's just.
Little man syndrome.
Look at Tory Lanez. Yeah, he looks like the kind of person that would shoot a woman.
I don't even know what
I was gonna say.
There's certain people. Yeah,
I never got forward this for. I aim shoot something.
There's certain man I look at and I'm like, you are the kind of person that would hit a woman or you'd beat or you'd shoot a woman. I know.
Tell me what that looks like though.
That's Tory Lanez. It looks like Tory Lanez.
No.
You only know people that beat someone after you find out. So that looks like someone.
That's what I'm saying.
You see R. Kelly looks like, I know what you're saying, but he looks like the kind of person that would do it.
You know R. Kelly's dodgy.
How does he look like? R. Kelly is, before all of this come out, R. Kelly was a singer, amazing, used to make bangers.
R. Kelly, you can tell.
Chris Brown, you can tell. But these are
okay. Let me give you.
So you can tell Chris Brown.
Tell me someone that looks like that we don't know.
I'll give you a prediction. Okay. From the US.
Careful, this is a wild prediction as well.
There's no look.
You're calling someone a beater.
You can't.
No, the kind of person that would potentially do what Tory Lanez.
Just give us a description of what they look like. What is?
It's not a look. It's not like it could be a white person, a black person, Asian. But it doesn't matter. But it's just like a look someone has, or the way they things they display in their personality. Lil Uzi wouldn't do it now. I don't see him doing that.
Future.
Nah. Trippy Red.
How can you say
I think Trippy Red.
Bro,
do that.
Trippy Red don't touch women, fam.
Trippy Red.
Are you mad?
Have you seen him?
I'm back in my man, fam. How can you say that?
I've got a feeling. I've just got a feeling.
Trippy Red is a fucking
Juice WRLD too.
Juice WRLD.
I know, rest in peace to my man, but I feel like he
none of these men have touched their girls. None of their girls have complained.
They look a little bit.
Okay, 6ix9ine has come out and said that he.
100%. 6ix9ine.
No. No way you'd think he bangs his girl.
6ix9ine, 100%. Or
I'm not saying shit.
100%. What you think 6ix9ine's gonna come on Twitter and be like, Henry's cancel Henry?
What about Lil Durk?
Nah.
Moneybag Yo.
Nah.
I think he banged his
I know what you're saying.
If you see the video of him drunk and like, have you not seen it?
No.
There's a video going around of like, I think it was his birthday. His wife bought him a Maybach, and he was drunk throughout this whole video. He's shouting in the ear like that. You can just see the guy has like that kind of.
You know the way, like certain men like talk about women. That's what makes me feel like you see in their music.
These are the ones you know. Yeah,
you can't say
there's ones you don't know behind the scenes.
I know. Obviously, there are the ones that aren't as bait, but just certain people come across and the way they talk about women, the way their music.
I feel like once you know someone's done it, you're like, they do look like that kind of person. Like Jimmy Savile, like to me, I was like, that man always looked like a paedophile. Like he had a rapey face, but
yeah, exactly. Certain people, as I've just mentioned, and he's just said as well, certain people, the way they behave, the way they look a little bit, they just look like they might hit.
But I suppose they're innocent until proven guilty. Like unless someone's
of course, I might be completely wrong, but they're just.
That's a man thinks on about the way you walk. You look like.
No, but there are little things about people that you'll be like, oh, bro, like that guy, he might be on something, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But obviously,
there's people that you're probably less surprised by, but there's no one I think would 100% do it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying
when it comes out,
would definitely do it. I'm saying someone like Trippy Red, he looks like he's off it a lot
because he has face tattoos. Is that your criteria for someone that will beat their wife or girl?
He's a Lil
Uzi would do it.
Yeah.
But like them kind of rappers, they just seem like a little bit.
Kanye West.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
You can't hit Kim would not have it. You can't touch it.
You see with Kanye, it's unpredictable.
Like, but the thing is, like, would he try it?
Kim, no, he can't. Because he knows the status of Kim.
Bro, Kanye is.
Kim will finish.
Like, he gets?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
When he has one of his
if he puts his hand on Kim, she will find a way to put my man in jail.
Last week, something about.
I don't think he ever came out.
What about like owning your own shit or something like that?
To be fair, I've heard like when he was at Wireless, he said the same thing. So, like,
that guy is. I don't know.
No, I've seen that. No, but that stuff he put out was true. It was good though.
It's true.
What he put out, I saw actually. There
was nothing wrong with that. Like,
I don't really watch him anymore, to be honest, because.
But somehow it was always on my thing. I don't follow him. But
he's always on my
time.
You can't not see what he does, bro. It's just that guy, and he's just.
Yeah, of course. But you see, obviously, going back to Tory and Meg, like from here, what would you say? Would you say Meg's gonna say something back? I'm not saying they're gonna start this.
No, yeah.
That would be
mad. That would
be mad. 2020, you don't know, but do you think she's gonna come back and be like, oh?
Nah, because I think to be honest, like even everyone that was like sticking up for Tory said, I believe Meg. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Or like there's only very few people that are there's two sides to every story. Yeah. Either way, like you believe one of them. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I don't know what to say about the situation. All I know is a fucking sticky situation. Obviously, someone got shot.
She got shot.
My thing is, she got shot. Obviously, Meg the Stallion got shot.
Then I did see someone said it was like
someone's obviously pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
But then someone was saying
the thing is, we will never know. They will never come out and say this is exactly what happened. Like they won't say.
But my thing is, if he has let the gun go, like it's meant to have like backsplash and stuff on you.
Yeah.
If I was Meg, like
the
second he released that, like he said he was releasing at 9. At 8:30 he'd been getting arrested.
Yeah.
No, she didn't snake him, innit? But
that's the thing.
The police turned up.
But the thing is, I don't think it's snaking if you've actually done me bad for no reason. Like, if someone shot me in the foot, I'd be like, nah, it's mad, you just shot me in the foot.
But the thing is, she's not even like, she's a normal, like, obviously she's like but she's a normal person, like, as you said, like, if that's me, and you shoot me, I'm not a gangbanger, do you know what I'm saying? I'm calling the police.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If you shoot me, are you mad?
If you shoot me and I'm alive, and I'm not dead, keep it moving, bro.
Yeah.
I'll just keep it moving. I'll come back and shoot you. Simple. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
but-
how I feel.
okay.
Like, I wouldn't.
Say for instance-
I don't fuck with police, bro. I just.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but like,
Which
if
is
you,
not,
if I hear what you're saying, but if someone shoots you, yeah, you're not gonna call like, okay,
I'll call the ambulance.
okay, yeah, obviously ambulance first.
The ambulance
police
can help.
You know the police gonna come, but more time.
What's gonna happen? I'll
Bro,
tell them, bro.
If they're
I don't know,
if
man.
it's someone that's
I
obviously
have no recollection of what happened.
bro, if it's someone that's
when you're in pain, yeah, that's not the first thing you're thinking of. You're probably like, shit. This
like if it's someone that's
Somebody.
known to me, of course I'm gonna tell the police I'm gonna deal with that.
Yeah,
Because that's personal, isn't it? But if
But
it's
then
like
you got to remember, like in Meg's situation, yeah, like
yeah,
as
she's
her
known,
fate,
yeah, true. But now I'm
How,
saying,
how do you know, like, he shot me, and the next thing you know, you've been shot, next thing he's
why
dead?
why
Do you know
should she
what I mean?
not tell the police? I know she
I
told
told
the
the
police.
No, but I think it's different when you're like high level, like a celebrity, yeah.
Doesn't
Say
mean
for instance,
anything, bro.
there's only 4 people in the car, yeah.
Okay.
One person's got arrested on a gun charge, I've been shot, and next thing you know, he's dead. Oh, who's the first person that you look for? Who's the first person? The girl that got shot, and he was the one that got arrested on a gun charge. That you can't like.
They can piece it together themselves, bro. There's like.
Yeah, which is probably what they'll do, but I mean, there's not much to piece together.
Yeah, there's like 4 people.
He's either got like the gun residue on him, and she's been shot in the foot, and there's a gun in the car, has been discharged. If it has, guilty.
Listen, you have to be found guilty in a court of law at the end of the day, and there are ways around that. So he's got a good lawyer. He's blessed.
Obviously now it's gonna be too late.
I'm hoping it's not no like OJ shit in it, like I'm not letting him. I don't think he should get off of it, innit? I think.
No way. Like,
Especially
that's
now
the
he's
thing.
made
But the
money
thing is,
off it,
yeah,
innit?
that's you're talking about if someone shoots you, but if that you're shooting a woman, like
Yeah, if someone shot me,
I
I'll
feel like that's a little bit like.
Definitely, I understand shooting a woman is a bit different.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
what she shouldn't go police.
No,
I'm saying, like,
no,
man or
she
woman
shouldn't.
though,
She
like,
shouldn't.
what-
I don't think she
yeah,
should.
just man-
Where's the justice gonna come
Look,
from?
bro, this woman has £1 billion fucking pounds in her account. Yeah,
Well, she got a hitman or
she got
something,
shit. She got
But
shot in
that's-
her foot.
but my thing is, yeah,
fair enough. You got shot in your foot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but my thing is,
But
how do you get
you
him
don't
back?
need to go to the police, man. Like, especially from the culture where she comes from, she knows how it is, bro. You don't.
Yeah,
go to
that's
the
why
police,
she
man.
protected
but
Tory
that's my
when
thing.
the police turned up.
Yeah.
'Cause she was like,
But then,
oh, I know this.
but then for her to go on Instagram live and then start saying all that stuff, it's basically the same thing. You're just incriminating my man.
It's
But
true,
he
but
did it. He did it.
he did it though. That's the
If
That's
thing.
my
he
thing.
did it,
Then-
he did it.
my thing
That's
is, there's
fine.
no way
but
she-
it's
Bro, if
like,
that man goes to prison, his life is done.
Yeah. You gotta make it in prison.
But he's not gonna make it. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think he'll go to prison
Of course
because
he's not going to prison.
these celebrities
It's
just
too
have
late.
their way of
Of course he's not
avoiding
going to prison.
things anyway.
It's too late.
But yeah, man, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think she should go to the police.
But the
she
fact
should.
she technically hasn't gone.
Yeah,
Yeah, she has one anyway.
And he hasn't
That
been arrested or
situation-
gonna stay in there. So
Yeah, man. I don't
I don't know.
know.
I just think it's a different situation. Like as someone famous, how do you get back at someone?
Yeah, exactly.
Like it wasn't like say for
if,
instance in a nightclub and someone just let the gun go. You knew who it was, and there was hundreds
if
of people
Tory
there.
now goes and gets like
Yeah.
banged up in it, then it's clearly gonna
Yeah,
be from her.
you'd
But
be
he
like-
deserves it
No,
regardless.
but how can they trace that?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's the only
yeah,
way.
it's
Yeah,
gonna-
but say for
it's
instance.
gonna- everyone on socials is gonna come back and
Yeah.
be like, that was Meg.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's
Even if it
social
ain't-
media. There's
even if it ain't
no
like-
actual
say for instance,
solid
I find
proof
a
that
record.
Meg has sent Mandem to this guy.
Well, money comes out the account. I'll be a bit
Yeah,
like-
money
Yeah,
comes out
yeah.
to the account.
250. Where's that going, man?
She can,
Nothing-
bro, you don't
nothing
know wait,
is calm,
what's
nothing is
Bitcoin for? Untraceable fucking transactions.
Man said Bitcoin for
She
what?
will, she will hire a hitman on the black market with Bitcoin,
What are you
yeah?
talking about?
Bro,
You're finished.
there's fucking ways, man.
Man, you think too much about these things. What?
I'm actually being realistic here.
I mean, on that note-
if you have that kind of money, you can definitely find someone that can kill someone for
But she's
you.
gonna come back
But
to her, then she's gonna get investigated.
there is no way
Do you
of
think she's gonna get
finding
away with
out.
that? These superstars aren't gonna get away with that.
Yeah.
Of course they can.
There's some things.
That's because they're superstars. They can.
If Tory Lanez gets killed, it's gonna come back to her, and then like what I'm saying, then they're gonna investigate her.
Tory has a lot of haters right now. At this moment in time, Tory has a lot of haters. It could be literally anyone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Only
So
that,
it
yeah,
doesn't
but
mean
that's
anything,
only because
bro,
she
like-
confirmed it. That's like if I flew there, they can't put it on Megan. They'll just like, oh, some random person shot. That's the only way she can get around it. But say for instance, she said nothing. If no one said nothing, and next thing you know, Tory's dead. That's it.
Yeah, but that's not how it played out, innit? She's smart. Next thing you know, if you hear Tory's dead, you know
Like,
what's
she'll
going
come
on.
back and like she'll get him cancelled.
She's a rapper, so I mean, at the end of the day, she's gonna rap about him. So
I wouldn't be
I mean-
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, but
I mean,
I don't think that's right.
I mean,
I think she should. I don't know.
and on that note, guys,
Yeah, on that time.
it's the end.
Your record podcast.